All right, let's get started. Pat and Susie, thank you for taking the time to be part of this demo for our end-to-end project management solution. Today, we will be discussing our project management solution in two parts. Part one, field communication. Part two, job costing. Just a quick reminder, you guys are using Procore, correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. So the best part about our project management solution is actually modeled after Procore and Sage. Similar to those programs, we actually challenged our team to make our programs to be same or better than our competitors to try to make it more user-friendly as well, which makes this transition switching over to us super easy and minimize training that's needed. So let's get started and let's take a look at our part one, field communications. I'm going to start with our module project contacts. You notice it's a nice clean grid, gives you a types of users that are there, company name, contact name, emails, phone, cell, and groups. It's very simple to add. All you gotta do is hit the add project contacts button. You'll see there's an option for internal from users, new contact, from bid participants, or from address book. Let me show you what it looks like when you have to add a new contact. You notice that gives you a nice clean template. You'll see the company name, contact name, types of users, phone, email, certifications if there are any, additional company details, additional contact details, trades, which this can be customizable as well, and a work area for your contact. Another cool feature that you saw a drop-down menu of the types. You can actually edit the type of users that are on this list. Let me show you real quick what that looks like. So once you go to settings and go to user types, you'll see on the right-hand side, the user types are listed. And these can all be edited for you, or you can add more. When you hover over, you'll see there's a permissions key, what that user type can do, notification, editing, and a delete button right away available for you to use. It's very simple to add and delete people from the user types. You also have your internal on the left side as well.
So those give different permissions and roles for external and internal. That's how you would do that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. You have the full control to who can see what and what they can see.
Awesome.
All right. We go back here to our project contacts module. So like I said, really nice, clean template for you to use. You can export this list as well if you need to share it with anybody on the project. The next module that I want to talk about is going to be the drawings module. So it's kind of similar in a great alternate program such as PlanGrid. If you used that before, you'll see that when our sets are actually uploaded to our drawings module, they actually separate all the sheets by sheet number. You see all these sheets. So all you gotta do is upload a set and it'll separate them for you. So you don't have to do that. Let me show you some of the annotate tools that are offered within this drawings module. See a pen feature, highlight, line, arrow, some of the basics, rectangle, circle, highlighter, and a really cool feature, it actually lets you link a certain section of a drawing to another section drawing that's on the set as well. Text, photos, all available for easy use.
When you're doing that, when you're utilizing this annotation, as you mentioned, like a markup tool, I'm assuming, is that able to be shared or just stay as private and only internal contacts can see that information?
It's actually, you can actually use that and customize it if you want to share that or not, if you want to share markups or not. So it depends on if you want to do that, if you want to allow the others to see the markups, or you can make it available to everybody to see all the markups that are happening.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so you'll see a current set that's already here. You'll see a couple other sets that already uploaded previously, like revision 1, preliminary. That's a cool way for someone to see about what kind of sets are there available and what is the most current set they're using. So currently we're in a current set. You'll see the previous ones there. Another cool way you can actually manage and see what kind of versions are uploaded to the drawings module. If you have managed versions, you'll see it here when it's issued, the version name, The upload log, you'll see here as well. And another friendly reminder, you'll see on the corner of this drawing, the letter 2, if you hover over it, you'll see that it does label found in 2 versions. It's just an extra little precaution step to make sure that the guys on the field are building per the current drawings.
So the most current one's always on top, or are they is that correct? And are they notified, or they just come here and see the most current version?
They're notified, and then when they look in here in the drawings module, you'll see that appear to the top current set. And then when they hover over, they'll make sure that they are on the first one, the most current one, not the previous ones. So it'll be set up just like this.
Okay.
You can download these as well, single page, combine them, share them as well. Another cool feature is when you actually share, you don't have to have 2-3 steps. It's one simple link and easy allows you to access these drawings. Okay, so that concludes our drawings module. The next module I want to talk about is going to be our attachments. Now, a really cool feature about this module is we created it for you to be easy access to drawings, shared, and private folders for the whole project. So let me show you what the drawings folder looks like. Obviously, drawings folder is going to have all the drawings that are uploaded for this project. You'll find them here, one spot, a shared folder as well, and a private folder that's for internal use. When you go add a new folder, you'll see there's tabs already created for shared and private. So you can create a folder whenever you like to make sure it goes in the right file, and anything's uploaded, it goes accordingly. It's a very nice module to make sure that you guys are able to find everything you need at one spot instead of having to look around all different places.
I know, sorry to interrupt. I know there's within our system, you can actually have a default folder structure. So with that being said, one, can your folder structure be customized? You have a folder structure that populates. And then secondly, if we do have a folder structure, I know with some solutions that we've been looking at, the folder structure, if it's empty, it still shows visibly for our subs, and we don't want that to happen. So I guess, what do you guys, one, obviously have a default folder structure, and secondly, what happens if it's empty?
That's a great question, Susie. So one, yes, we do have a default folder structure, but you can customize at any time. So you can actually change these folders to what you guys are wanting to label them, how you want them to be utilized.
Gotcha. Okay.
And secondly, for the empty folders, they will not appear to any of your internal contacts or anybody else that's being shared with that folder. So they won't see any empty folders.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, so the next module that I want to talk about is going to be our scheduling module. It's really user-friendly. Super excited to present this to you guys. So right now, what you're looking at is actually the task view. You'll see all the tasks that are already in here. Let me show you how easy it is to add one. All you gotta do is hit this add task button up to the top. You see a nice clean template for you to fill out. Name, assigned to, from your project contacts will be available right there. Trades, the progress, the bar, dependencies, predecessors, you have the availability to add that as well. Same thing with successors. And attachments as well. If there's certain drawing, submittal you want attached to this task, you can add that as well. Let me show you what it looks like when one is filled out. Nice, clean look, user-friendly for anyone to utilize. Okay, so that was actually a task view. Let me show you a quick glance of our calendar view. See a nice bar chart on the calendar. And then thirdly, let me show you what the Gantt view looks like. So we actually provide a Gantt view for our schedule module. You see the task name on the left, see the paths going for each task. You can also check the critical path for my project. Obviously, the critical is linear. And you can also utilize and move these from the Gantt view chart as well. You can drag them. You can also create milestones as well. You can also add tasks from this view. So we give you the ability with 3 different views to utilize a scheduling module. You can also share this. Same concept. You don't have 2-3 different steps. Easy shareable link. Send it and they can view it as well. You can export this out to a PDF, or you can order a printed Gantt chart.
So quick question, can you lock this down or?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good question, Pat. So once you hit the wheel, you'll notice the view settings, you'll have a feature here that says lock schedule. And you can actually control who can lock the schedule and who would be authority to unlock it again.
Yeah, that was my next question. So we would want to lock it for our company for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
Is that associated with permissions, I assume, too? So like externally, people can only have like a read view, I'm assuming from that permissions you were talking about before.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You can all manage it from there to see who can actually manage or unlock or lock from the permissions view, like I showed you earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so the next module I want to talk about is going to be our photo gallery module. We created this for ease of use for our users to find the photos from the project in one spot. From RFIs, daily reports, submittals, all in one spot. You can filter them out through the year, month, week, and day. It's a very user-friendly module, just so you can have access to all your photos in one spot. You can download them as well.
Can you share these images? I know it's been kind of a common thread with different buttons that we've seen thus far. Is there an option that you can share these images or specific images?
Yeah, great question. So you actually can. You got to just check that box and hit share. You can download it from here as well.
Awesome. Okay.
So it's a nice, clean module for you to use to find all the pictures that you need for your project. The next module I want to talk about is going to be our RFI module. So our RFI modules actually similar functions like FieldWire, if you ever use that. Ours is very simple to use, very easy, a nice clean grid. You'll see when you open it up, numbers, title, ball and course, response due, the status, assignees. Once again, all these grids right here you'll see can be customizable to the view that you want to see it at. Let me show you how easy it is to add RFI. You hit the top blue button here. You'll see a nice clean template. You can assign it once again from your project list, so you don't have to go create new ones. Distribute, ball and court, requested by, titles, trades, attachments, responses. Show you one that's already filled out. It's a nice clean template, easy to follow along. You can also export this list out as well if you need to share it.
I noticed that there's responses are overdue, which is fantastic. Do our external contacts get an email if the ball is in their court to have like a friendly reminder for them to be able to get into the system to approve or reject those buttons or those specific submittals?
Yes, that is correct. The user will get notified.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Are there any other questions regarding the RFI?
Oh yeah, one other quick one. Do they need a login within the system, or do they get like an email to let them know that there's an like an RFI for them ball in court?
They get an email right away when there's a ball on court for them.
Okay. Is this on the app by chance? I know a lot of our colleagues are sometimes out on the field.
Yeah, great question, Susie. Actually, this is available. This is our field communication tool and is available on the app, so anybody on the field can use this easily.
One last question here in the R5s. Looks like everything defaults to a private, which is great, but is there an option to do public as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you click on here, you notice this RFI is actually checked to public, and you can select if you want to notify project contacts or notify participants. So you do have that option.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, so that concludes our RFI module. The next module I want to talk about is going to be our submittals module. Similar to RFI, it's a nice clean grid that you'll see right away. Very easy to add a submittal. All you gotta just check this button here. You'll see a number, the item types, the due dates. You have a custom field. Once again, that custom field is something you can set in the settings, so you can make that whatever field you want, however you want to label it as well. Tracking number, trades, to add attachment. Let me show you one that's already filled out. Here's one that was submitted for shop drawings. It's nice, friendly user look. Another cool feature that I want to mention is the templating. So you actually save this as a template or import one from the previous jobs. So you have to keep making new submittals. I know some of those can get lengthy when you ask for a question or you have to submit it. So if you're doing a similar project, for example, a diner, and that's something you like to keep doing in the future, you know that you have at least templates ready to go. So you have to keep starting from scratch. So you do have that ease of use feature there as well. And once again, the ball in court, the reviewers, they'll get notified as well, similar to the RFI.
And they don't need a login still, just want to make sure, because I know submittals might be a little bit differently.
That is correct. You will get a login or link right away and let them know that this has been submitted to the user. Okay, so the next module I want to talk to you guys about is going to be our daily reports module. We actually modeled it to Raken. If you ever use that, it's kind of similar, but we actually took ours to the next level, trying to make it more customizable to fit your field needs, try to make it more user-friendly for you guys. So once you see here, once a dashboard, you'll see a nice clean look. You'll see on the left-hand side right here, a weather. I know that can be very important for the days if there was rain, like it does say here, patchy rain possible, you can miss a work that day as well. You'll see these are color coded. Green means submitted, red means missed, blue means day off. Let me show you a day that was filled out. You'll see these 6 different tabs at the top. We give you that option to select work logs, notes, expenses, deliveries, survey, attachments, separates it out for you to easily find. Let me click on this work log that was submitted that day. Very easy, user-friendly for the field guys to go in here and make some quick logs for how many man hours there were in place, the description, what trades associated with your cost codes. You see in the notes section, nice clean look, expenses as well, deliveries, and the surveys. So very cool feature that we provide in our daily reports is this tab here. You'll notice that it can be utilized for safety or just daily checks every day. You have 4 different questions here. Any accidents on site today, all hard hats worn, risk predictions done, any delays. So cool thing, you actually can customize this. Let me hit this wheel button here. You'll see that the work days, you can check what those are. You might be a contractor that actually works on Saturdays, so you can check mark that. When the reports are due, project start and finish. You can lock the daily reports once it's been submitted. You see some templates here, so this is what I was getting at. So let's say you want to edit those safety questions. You can actually utilize this when they're due. So if you don't want to do it every day, you can select certain days. Any accidents on site, you can edit all these questions when they need to be answered. Certain tasks can be, done on certain days. So you can actually add more questions to this. It's a nice feature that you can customize. I think it's a great feature, especially for our safety guys, to make sure that everybody's safe on the job. All their features as well.
Quick question on just this information. We're talking a little bit about like daily questions, etc. And I noticed that the report due date is at 6 o'clock. Does that indicate then that somebody would get like an email or a push notification? Because obviously you mentioned this is on the app. So would that notify my site soup to say, hey, you missed something, or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
They will definitely get notified. And you can edit that once again from that same setting I showed you early on.
Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. And this app as well, this module daily reports is available on our field communications app tools, so you can use it on the field. So that's available to the people out on the job. Okay, the next tab I want to talk about is the punch list module. Go and click that here. It's a nice clean grid. You'll see the status, priority items, title, assigned to due and trades. It's really easy to add. You hit the add item. You'll see a nice clean template for you to fill out already. You select priority levels, titles, attachments, notes. Nice clean look. And the person in ball court would get notified as well once that's signed to them. Let me show you one that's filled out here. It's a nice clean grid. Fill out. You also have templates, another cool feature that you would give like I've shown earlier on submittals. You can save this one, import it from another project. It's easy to export as well. It's very cool, nice little module to have when you're out on the job site. If there's particular days of the month that you guys do punch list items, you can easily access it out there as well. Another field communication tool. Okay.
You could do templating and all that.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Another thing you guys would probably notice that I showed a lot was the wheel on most of our modules. You'll have the wheel settings. So something that we do provide for you guys to actually customize. I know I talked about the easy view of the grid, but you have to customize it if you want to see more things. Just keep that in mind. That setting is available on all the modules. Our next module I want to talk about is going to be our reports module. Let me select a report that is populated, for example, project stats. You'll see a nice clean look for the reports that you're looking for. Now, these are the type of reports that you'll be seeing. My project's obviously not filled, so you won't see a lot of data, but you'll be able to fill this out as you go, but you'll see all the reports on the left-hand side that you can select. You can export this as well.
Are these customizable reports, or do we have to conform to what you have listed here?
We can customize any report you like. So if there's some reports you want to see, just let us know and we'll get it for you.
One question, because obviously we're going through all these different features. You talked a little bit about the seamless transition, because obviously it may be mirroring off of, maybe a Procore plan grid, as you mentioned. Our colleagues that might not be the most tech savvy, are there any tutorials? Is there customer support? How does that work in regards to just making sure, again, just in case somebody does have questions or needs some assistance?
Yeah, absolutely. Great questions. So we actually have resource videos online if you want to view them, but we also provide great customer service. We'll actually help you train on this program as well. We're available, all it's pretty much 24/7 to me. If there's any questions regarding software, we have a great group of guys that's always available to you if you get stuck on anything, you need additional help. But there's also, like I said, resource guides that will be available to you on the website.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Just
So that actually concludes. Yep,
overall, if you don't mind, one last question, just overall on the field communication. We use MS Project. Is this? I'm hoping that we can export out of that, and is that going to work or?
Yeah, great question, Pat. You will be able to. You can import from Microsoft Project and many other programs that we're integrating with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, are there any other questions for our Field 1 communications part?
Do you have unlimited pricing, or is it user base, or how do you do that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm excited to announce that we're actually able to price per user or unlimited, whatever fits best for your needs.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, guys. It's been a pleasure showing you guys our part 1 for field communications. Our next demo will be for part 2 for job costing. Thank you.
Thanks.